in the previous session, we have started with the generation equation of an alternating quantities, and we have derived an equation. Clear? So today we are going to discuss various definitions regarding related to fundamentals, AC fundamentals. Fine. So I am sharing my screen now. I hope the screen is visible. Okay. Now, in the previous session, we have derived an expression of an alternating voltage and current E is equal to Em sine omega t. Fine. And various forms of omega, we can write the different equations. Em sine 2 pi f into t, where f is the frequency. So today we will discuss about this frequency also. And frequency is a reciprocal of time period. So 2 pi upon capital T into t. And similarly, we can write the another form is Em is equal to Em sine theta, where theta is an angle of a coil which is rotated anticlockwise direction with omega speed, and it makes an angle with time and time axis t. So it makes an angle theta here. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis, and it rotates. So when this coil reaches to this y-axis, if coincide with the y-axis, we can say 90 degrees there. Fine. So in this case, we can have sine 90. Sine 90 is 1, and we can get the value of maximum at this condition. E is equal to Em. Fine. So this is the case we have discussed. Now, based on this, we are going to have various definitions, and these definitions that what we are going to discuss today. Fine. I hope according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, EMF is induced in the coil by two different ways as what we discussed, and then we have derived an expression of various angles theta. Now, we also discussed that as theta moves from zero, here in this condition, the alternating quantity, maybe voltage or current, their magnitude changes and it reaches to the maximum value when theta is 90 degree. When theta is 180 degree, the value is 0 here. And when it is 270, it's a peak value but in the negative cycle. And it again reaches to this position when theta is equal to 360 degree. When theta is equal to 360 degree here. So with reference to this, we are going to write the various equations of voltage and currents as in the previous session we have discussed. Till then, any questions regarding alternating quantities of voltage and current, generation of an alternating voltage and current? Any question related to this?
Sir.
Okay, fine. So today we are going to start with the various definition, and the first definition is cycle. So these definitions are important for your examination. Fine. So what is cycle? So one complete set of positive half cycle. So this is a positive half cycle. This is a positive half cycle and negative values of an alternating quantities or negative half cycle. Fine. So this is one cycle. It is considered as one cycle here. Fine. So what is the definition? One complete set of positive and negative values of an alternating quantity is known as cycle. Fine. So here, if another circle is there, another cycle is there, then we can say there are two cycles here. Fine. So alternating current is always flowing in this direction, and we can say there are two cycles. Fine. With respect to time axis. Now, here there is a positive half cycle and there is another negative half cycle. Right? So here the one complete set of positive and negative. We can't say the positive values where all these positive values are there, and we can say it is a cycle. But cycle always have one positive and one negative values of an alternating quantities. Quantities may be a voltage or maybe a current. Got it? So what is cycle? One complete set of positive and negative half cycle of an alternating quantities is known as cycle. Okay. Now next definition. Next is time period. So we have defined one positive and negative half cycle. Okay. Then time taken to complete one cycle. Time taken. So it starts from t is equal to 0 to some value of t is equal to t. Fine. So it requires some time to complete this cycle from positive to negative. Fine. So from here to here, the time taken by an alternating quantity to complete one cycle. Again, I repeat, the time taken by an alternating quantity to complete one cycle is called its time period. And time period is always represented with capital T. Fine. So here we can say at theta is equal to 90 degree, theta is equal to 90 degree, the time period, or we can say when sine theta, sine 90 is 1, so maximum EMF is there, induced EMF. Fine. And at this maximum value, we can say the time period is T by 4. Agreed? So this is total time T. At 180 degree, total time taken is T by 4. Right? So capital T that represent time period here. And time period is nothing but known as time taken to complete one cycle is called time period. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Fine. So we have discussed one cycle, another is time period. Okay. Now the third definition, frequency. So frequency is very simple now. We know the cycle. What is cycle? So this is one complete set of cycle. Okay. And to complete one cycle, so time taken to complete one cycle is time period. Now, what is frequency? Frequency is the reciprocal of time period. Frequency is the reciprocal of time period. Or in other words, we can say the number of cycles per second. Number of cycles per second is called the frequency of an alternating quantities. Quantities may be a voltage and current. The number of cycles per second is called frequency. Fine. The meaning is in 1 second, how many times this cycle passes? Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like. So in India, we know that the frequency is 50 hertz. Frequency is 50 hertz. Means in one cycle, sorry, in 1 second, 50 cycles, 50 such cycles passes of an alternating quantities. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
50 hertz means in 1 second, 50 times this cycles passes through 0 or through maximum time period or maximum value from here or here. So it passes 60 times here, and it also, so this is frequency. So we have discussed cycle. Okay, one complete set of positive and negative values of an alternating quantities is known as cycle. Then we have discussed time period, time taken to complete one cycle. Fine. So this is time period. So T is equal to capital T here. Okay. Then the third one is frequency. So 1 second में कितने cycles pass होते हैं? That is known as frequency. Number of cycles per second is called frequency. Okay. Now next is amplitude. We know that the maximum value of an alternating quantities, positive and negative values of an alternating quantity. So this is positive half values, that is we can say EM or IM. Maybe it is current, or maybe it is an induced EMF. Fine. So these are the alternating quantities. So this is the maximum value. So we can say this is IM or EM according to the diagram of this curve. So this is with respect to time. It may be voltage and current on y-axis. So we can say this is amplitude. So the definition is what? The maximum value, positive or negative, of an alternating quantity is known as amplitude. So this is an amplitude, isn't it? Okay. Another definition is called instantaneous value. INSTANTANEOUS, instantaneous value. Fine. Instantaneous value of an alternating quantity is the value at any instant of time. Suppose here, with the help of this equation of E is equal to EM sin omega t or sin theta, we can find the value of at any instant of time, and we can find. Fine. Suppose if you want to find the value at this, then we should know this angle here. Fine, theta or omega t here. So if we know this angle, we can calculate different values at different level at different time. Fine. So the values which we obtain at any instant of time known as instantaneous values. Instantaneous values. Fine. Okay. Then another definition is phase and phase difference. So here we are going to discuss in detail about two different quantities act simultaneously in the same magnetic field. So here you can observe two different coils, coil A and coil B. Coil A, which is little smaller than coil B here in magnetic field. Clear? So here these two different quantities, when it starts moving from 0 to 90 degree, fine. So whenever these two different quantities which will start rotating in an anticlockwise direction from x is equal to 0, it means the angle initially it is 0. So in the waveform, it will shoot up from 0 here. Fine. Now, when both the quantities reaches to the y-axis or coincide with the y-axis, the angle is 90 degree of both the quantities, A and B, coil A and coil B, which will be reaches to 90 degree at the same time. Fine. But here, what is the difference? So they will reaches to their maximum value of A and B at the same time, because here time period is T/4. Here time period is T/4. But what is the difference here? The difference is in magnitude here. Fine. So it is irrespective of time. Here, these two quantities that starts from 0 reaches to their maximum value at the same time, again reaches to 0 at the same time, again reaches to the maximum value in the negative of cycle, and it will be 0 again at 360 degree. The meaning is there is something relation between two different quantities. Fine. Irrespective of their different magnitude, amplitude, or we can say the maximum value here, they start shooting up at the same time, reaches to their maximum value at the same time, again reaches to the negative of cycle at the same time, and reaches to the final destination at the same time. So here we can say both the quantities are in phase with each other. Are in phase with each other. Fine. So here in this case, we can write two different equations. Suppose if the quantity A is your E, we can write EM1 sine omega t. Suppose if the quantity B is also E, so here we can write E1 and E2. Fine. But their maximum value are different. So here we can differentiate this by writing EM1 and E2. We can write E2 is equal to EM2 sine omega t here. The meaning is both the quantities are in phase with each other. And here this is represented as EM2 and this quantity is represented as EM1. Fine. So here both the quantities are moving in a magnetic field anticlockwise with the same frequency. Can we say the frequency is same here in both the cases?
In middle figure,
There are two quantities acting. So the frequency of each quantity can be considered same. So cycle, yeah, this is one cycle for your E2, B quantity, and this is a cycle for your A quantity. Fine. So what is the frequency? Frequency is number of cycles per second. तो एक सेकेंड में ये दोनों का साइकिल कितना पास होगा? दोनों का सेम, isn't it?
yes, sir.
So the frequency will be same here in this condition. Okay. So if you want to write the definition of phase, then this is the definition of phase in words. By phase of an alternating current or voltage is meant the fraction of time period. So this is a time period. So this is a time period. So fraction of time period that of that alternating current which has lapsed since the current last passed through zero position of reference. So आप consider कर लो ये zero position of reference यहाँ पे हो गया. Suppose if the another cycle starts, zero reference will start from here. Fine. So यहाँ से आपके कितने साइकिल और कितने मैग्नीट्यूड वाले साइकिल पास हो रहे हैं at the same time. Fine. So the meaning is both the quantities are in phase with each other. In that condition, the quantities may be a current or quantities may be a voltage. Fine. But there is no phase difference here in between these two. Fine. Now suppose consider the another case. If there are two different coils, with difference in angle theta. Suppose this is your number 1 and this is your number 2. There are two coils, coil B and coil A here. So angle is different here and angle is different here. Okay. What about the magnitude? What about the magnitude here? The magnitude will be same. Maximum value will be same in this case. Then what is the difference here? What is the difference here? An angle theta passing from 0 to some angle. Fine. So here both the quantities having the difference in angle, phase angle. Fine. So we can represent such quantities in a different way. So let us see this way. So here I have represented three different quantities. Fine. Here we can say the magnitude is same here in this case. Another case is also possible that if the magnitude is different, the magnitude is different and magnitude is different. So in three different cases, the size of the coil is also different. And the amount of magnetic flux cut by these different quantities is also different. Fine. But let us consider that these three different coils are same. It means their maximum value is same here. Maximum value. Or we can say peak value, or we can say amplitude of this is same here in this case. Fine. But what is the difference? The difference is an angle. So here there is an angle between B and C is alpha, and here between A and B, beta. Fine. So if you consider the first quantity A, which is represented as a pink color diagram. Okay, fine. Now, if we want to represent the quantity B with respect to A, fine, we know that there is an angle between A and B. So, the second quantity will shoot up after an angle beta here, after an angle beta, and then we can represent the quantity B here same way because their maximum value is same here. Okay. And if we want to represent the quantity C with respect to A, then the angle is alpha plus beta. But if you want to represent with respect to B, then the difference of these two is alpha here. Fine. So if you want to represent with respect to A, coil A, then we can write the equation of, or we can start drawing the waveform after an angle alpha plus beta. So here this angle is alpha plus beta with respect to A, with respect to A. So this angle is alpha plus beta here. This one, this is an angle. Fine. So with respect to A and C, we can write. Fine. Okay. Now if I want to write an expression of all these three different quantities, we have something different we can represent. Okay. Suppose if I have one quantity which is passing from 0, so here we can say E1 is equal to Em sine omega t. Sine omega t. Now, if another quantity which is acting in the same plane but with some angle, so here the magnitude is same, it means the Em is same. So here we can write E2 is equal to Em, because the value of amplitude is same, omega t, and if this quantity lags by an angle phi, by an angle phi, fine, phi is the phase difference, by an angle phi, then we can write omega t minus phi here. We can also say, or so we can represent that E2 quantity, E2 lags behind, E2 lags behind E1 by an angle phi. E2 lags behind E1 by an angle phi. Isn't it? Or similar way, we can say E1 quantity or E1 that leads E2 by an angle phi. By an angle phi. Is it? Okay. So whenever there is a quantity found with the lagging position, then the equation will be written by E2 is equal to Em omega t minus phi. Correct? And similar way, if the quantity, so here we consider as E1 is the reference quantity. Now, if we go for the third case, in the third case, the quantity is acting like this here. Again, the magnitude is same here. So Em is same. And we can say this is E3. So we can write an expression with respect to E1. With respect to E1. So E1 is your reference quantity because it starts from 0. Fine. So with reference to this, we can write an expression for E2 and we can write an expression for E3 also. So E3 may be written as, E3 is written as Em because here Em in all the three different quantities, Em is same. Fine. So Em sine omega t plus phi. Agreed? Agreed? Or any questions so far? Okay. So E2 quantity, we can say it is a lagging quantity. And lagging quantity are always represented with the minus sign. And E3 is represented as leading quantity. And these leading quantities are always represented with plus sign. Always represent with plus sign. Fine. So here, with respect to the reference, you can identify the leading and lagging quantities. Leading and lagging quantities. Fine. So what is the definition of leading quantity and what is the definition of lagging quantities? So these are the definitions. A leading alternating quantities is one which reaches its maximum or zero value earlier as compared to the other quantity. As compared to the another quantity. Fine. So similarly, here in this case, there are three different cases. Fine. So ये zero position पर, उसके बाद ये zero पहुंचा है, उसके बाद ये zero पहुंचा है. So first maximum attained by this, then this, then this. Fine. So we can say with respect to A, B and C are lagging quantities. With respect to B as a reference, A is a leading quantity and C is a lagging quantity. And with respect to C, A and B both are leading quantities. Agreed? Any question? So what is the definition of leading and lagging? So leading and lagging may be expressed as leading quantities may be a voltage or maybe a current is one which reaches its maximum or zero value earlier as compared to the other quantity. सो सबसे ज्यादा जो पहले पहुंच जाएगा उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे, लीडिंग क्वांटिटी. एंड लीडिंग क्वांटिटी आर फॉर alternating quantities is one which reaches its maximum or zero value later than the other quantity, later than the other quantities. Clear? So these are the definitions of leading and lagging quantities. Now I will draw one graph. All of you will write the three different equations using these waveforms. Okay, so let me draw. Sorry. Please write down the equations for all these three different waveforms. So this is your E1, this is your E2, and this is your E3. Please write down the expressions. Here I can say this is an angle alpha and this is an angle beta. So here in the case, three different coils are having three different positions, even their amplitudes are also different. So please write down three different equations. And please tell me which quantities are leading quantities and which quantities are lagging quantities. I hope all of you have written. So I will write E1 is equal to EM1 because magnitude of the amplitude maximum value of all these three different waveforms are different. So we can write EM1, EM2 and EM3 by EM1 sine omega t plus or minus 0 here because it is starting from 0 here. So I may write plus or minus 0 here. Similarly, E2 is equal to EM2 sine omega t minus alpha. And for E3, again, the amplitude is a different value. So we can say EM3 sine omega t plus beta. So here we can say E3 quantity leads by an angle beta with respect to E1, or E3 leads E1 by an angle beta. Similarly, we can write an expression in between E1 and E2. So E2 lags behind by an angle alpha, by an angle alpha with respect to E1. Or we can say E2 lags behind E1 by an angle alpha. Similarly, we can write an expressions. If the two different quantities acting in the same plane. Suppose this is the quantity 1, which is a voltage, and another quantity may be a different rather than induced EMF. It may be a current like this. So this is a current. And if the angle is alpha, we can write V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and for I we can write I is equal to Im sin omega t minus alpha. All of you, I hope you understand the meaning of lagging and leading quantities.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So till now we have discussed various definitions like cycle, time period, frequency, amplitude, phase difference, lagging and leading quantities. Fine. All these definitions and their understanding will help you to solve different numericals in AC series and parallel circuits. Fine. Okay. Now let us move ahead. Root mean square value. It is also known as RMS value. RMS value. So RMS value of an alternating current is given by that steady current which when flowing through the same circuit for the same time produce the same heat as produced by an alternating current which when flowing through the same circuit for the same time. Fine. So here, this is the definition of a RMS value. Again, I repeat, the RMS value of an alternating current is given by that steady current which when flowing through the given circuit for a given time produces the same heat as produced by an alternating current which when flowing through the same circuit for the same time. Okay. Now, the meaning of this root mean square value is represented with two different circuits. So here, two different resistances are connected in circuit having the same resistance, and wattmeter is used to measure the produced, the power consumed in the form of heat. Fine. So here, the same heat in two different circuits. Then what is the difference in these two circuits? Ampere meters are also connected to measure the amount of current flowing through this. But here the difference is battery is connected here, and here the alternating source, AC source, is connected. Fine. So we may not use the maximum value. So this is the maximum value here. This is the maximum value. And if we take the average value of this pure sine wave, fine, positive half cycle and negative half cycle. So if we take the average value, then average value would be 0 here in this case, if it is a symmetrical waveforms. Fine. So average value would be 0 here. So we may not consider this average value. The RMS, this maximum value. So every time it could not be possible to measure the maximum value here in this case. So the introduction of RMS value is existed. And here in this case, because of DC current and because of AC current, fine, there was a confusion if we want to represent both the quantities, fine, in the form of maximum and in the form of that zero average value and all such things. So what they would do, one of the scientists has performed one practical and उसने क्या किया, यहाँ पर एक बैटरी लगाया और यहाँ पर एक AC सोर्स लगाया, fine, and then he measured, because the resistance is same, so he measured the amount of current flowing through this ampere meter, that is IDC, and here it is IAC, or we can say AC current and DC current. Fine. So in this condition, by connecting two different alternating and direct sources, he tried to maintain the production of heat that is same in both the cases. And as and when he found the same heat at this condition, he found that the direct current is root 1 by root 2 times the maximum value. Fine. So ये वैल्यू जो मिला IDC मतलब वो अभी RMS की RMS वैल्यू से रिकॉग्नाइज किया जाता है IRMS, बट DC वैल्यू आपको मिला मैक्सिमम वैल्यू बाई √2 टाइम्स. So that is RMS value. So RMS value is maximum times of √2 times 1 by √2 times that they found. Now this value we can find it out with two different methods. One is mid-ordinate method, and another is analytical method. So we'll prove this by two different methods, that the value of IRMS is equal to Im by √2, where IRMS is the RMS value of an alternating current and Im is the maximum value of an alternating current. So if we convert this 1 by √2, then it is IRMS is equal to 0.707 times maximum value. Fine. So if you draw the waveforms, then this is the peak value. So this is the peak value called Im, and 0.707 times, this is known as IRMS. So this IRMS value is also known as effective value or virtual value. Fine. And in our premises, whatever the amount of current flows, that is RMS value. Fine. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So RMS value is a value when it produces the same heat when the different types of current flows, like DC current as well as AC current. Okay. Similarly, we can find average value also. So what is average value? The definition is same again. The average value of an alternating current is expressed by that steady current, means DC current, which transfer the same charge across any circuit as is transferred by an alternating current during the same time. So in the previous case, that was same heat. Fine. So I repeat the definition of an RMS value and average value. So what is RMS value? RMS value of an alternating quantities is given by that steady current which, when flowing through the same circuit for the same time, produce the same heat as produced by an alternating quantities or alternating current flows through the same circuit for the same time. And similarly here, the same charge that is transferred, and they have found out the average value. Fine. So average value, there is a definition. Also we can define and we can prove it with the help of two different methods. One is mid-ordinate method and another is analytical method. Fine. So again, these methods, what we are going to discuss in the next lecture. Fine. So the definition of average value is again very simple to understand. Fine. And from three different values, one is RMS value, second is average value, and the third one is maximum value. So these three different terms are abbreviated for different instantaneous quantities. Instantaneous quantities may be a voltage or maybe a current. Fine. So we can say RMS value of voltage, RMS value of current, average value of voltage, average value of current, maximum value of voltage, and maximum value of current. And their abbreviations are, different abbreviations for these different terminologies are VRMS, or we can say IRMS, VAV, or AG sometimes. Fine. AVG also, and IAVG, and I maximum, and V maximum. Fine. So these are the terminologies which are used, and based on this, by taking various ratios, there are different forms which are known as form factor and peak factor. So let us have a definition of form factor and peak factor here. So form factor is defined as the ratio of RMS value to the average value of an alternating quantities. So RMS value in terms of maximum value, it is 0.707 IM, which we are going to derive analytically in the next lecture. And similarly, we can find the average value that is equal to 0.637 times maximum value. Fine. So form factor is defined as the ratio of RMS value to the average value of an alternating quantities, and it is abbreviated as KF. Abbreviated as KF. So here, if we take this ratio 0.707 upon 0.637, it is exactly equal to 1.1. So the form factor is 1.11, and it is the ratio between RMS value and average value. So in examination, it may be asked in objective type questions. Similarly, we can go for peak factor. So peak factor may be known as amplitude factor, may be known as crest factor. The meaning is maximum value. Peak value, amplitude, or maybe a crest factor. So either of any these three different names, but the factor is same. So peak factor is, or we can say crest factor, or we can say amplitude factor, is defined as the ratio of maximum value. So here it is a maximum value to the RMS value. To the RMS value. So if we draw the graph, this is the maximum value IM, and 0.707, where we can find IRMS. IRMS. Fine. So if we take the ratio from maximum to RMS, maximum value to the RMS value of an alternating quantities, then it is known as peak factor. It is known as peak factor. So maximum value is considered as 1 here, and RMS value is considered as 0.707 times IM. And the ratio is 1.414, and it is abbreviated as KP. Sometimes it is abbreviated as KP, that is peak. Sometimes it is abbreviated as KA, amplitude factor. Sometimes it is abbreviated as KC also, crest factor. So in the different books, it is abbreviated as different name, but the meaning is same. So this is a peak factor. Peak factor is defined as the ratio of maximum value to RMS value of an alternating quantities. Okay. Any more question related to all the definitions today, whatever we discussed?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. I think
No, sir.
it's enough for today. So I may stop here. And in the next lecture, we will continue with the analytical method of RMS value and average value. Then we will go for vector representation of an alternating quantities. So we can represent all these alternating quantities in the vector form also. Fine. I hope all of you have understood today whatever we discussed. And any more questions if you have? Otherwise, we may stop the lecture here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Okay, students, you may leave the meeting. The lecture is over.